Okay, welcome back. In StatCrunch, when we want to calculate summary statistics for some data set, we go to Statistics, and then we click Summary Statistics, and we're going to go by columns here. And then we have to tell it which column we want. Well, we only want to be dealing with potassium, so I'm going to select potassium here, and then I click Compute. And you get this range of, you get different values. You have a column, it tells you what the variable is, it tells you the sample size, it tells you what the mean is, variance, standard deviation, and standard error we're going to come across later. We have the median, the range, the minimum, the maximum, and then the quartiles. This shows me that the mean is 98.66667 and the median is 90. I'm going to go record that on my worksheet. The mean was 98.6, let's call it repeating, and the median was 90. A note about rounding here, if I wanted you to round to the third decimal, that's my preference. My preference is to the third decimal, so you're talking to the thousandth. I actually will accept it if you truncate it or if you round. And what truncate means is to cut at that value. I could accept this or this. So this is rounded, and the top one is truncated. That means cut off. Okay. Now, which measure of center is best for this variable? Remember, our skewness and outliers tells us if the distribution is not symmetric, we cannot use the mean. And clearly this distribution is not symmetric. But because it is skewed, ask yourself, which way is it skewed? We're going to use the median, and it is skewed right. Remember that the values to the lesser values are where your skewness is. Now we're going to look at the calorie distribution. What do we expect for calories? So if we go back up here to calories is right here at the top. We said we could use the mean here. So we should have a mean and a median that are actually very close together. I'll give you a little visual here. When you're talking about a skewed distribution, I know that I told you using symbols, but let's say I'm skewed to the right. I'm not skewed, or I'm skewed to the left. In the case of skewness, well, let's say that our median's right about here. Now, let's say our mean is in blue. The mean is going to be closer to the skewness. And here, it's going to be about the same. Okay? Now, we're going to go ahead and go back to StatCrunch and do those summary statistics and calculate the mean and the median. So go ahead and do that. Pause the video, and then come back when you're ready. Okay. And part A says, what do you expect about the mean and the median? So in this case, because it's symmetric, the mean should be close or equal to the median. And in fact, the calculated median was 106.812, or I'm sorry, 0.883, and the median was 110. Remember that the mean might not always be an actual value in the data set, and the median is either going to be in the data set or the average of the middle two numbers, but these are pretty close together. Okay, let's go back up to the picture. So we're saying 110 was the median, right in the middle, and then our mean was somewhere in here. Okay, so they're very close together. Lastly, did I get this? A college stats class conducted a survey of how students spend their money. They asked 25 students to estimate how much money they typically spend. They determined that the mean was $31.52, and the median was $32. And then they realized that when they said $2 in the bill should have actually been 20. What happens to your mean and your median? So I want you to, if you haven't already, pause the video and think about what happens to the values, and then come back when you're ready. Let's think about this. I'm going to draw a picture. Let's say I have a number line. Here's 31. Here's 32. Well, the median is here, and the mean is about here. And I said, hey, I've got a $2 value that now should be about $20. Okay? Think about the average. I have an average, I have a value, and I'm changing that value and I'm making it larger. Well, if I'm changing the value and making it larger, then my mean is also going to be larger. So your mean is influenced by moving of values. So the mean is going to increase. That's true here. The mean will increase here. Mean will not stay the same. That means that C cannot be my answer. And it means that D cannot be my answer because the mean is not going to remain the same. So I'm between A and B now. What happens to the median? Talking about the median, when I have a value below the median, here at $2, and then I move that value up to $20, remember that the median splits the data in half. If it's already on the bottom half and I just move this value, it's not going to change. The median stays what it is. The median is not going to increase. It's actually going to stay the same. If I had changed $2 to something higher than 32, then you would have changed the median, or may have changed the median. Okay? All right, have a great day.